is on. Stand by. Ready for a start here in the second for Mascot. Gates are back. They're off and racing. Dropping straight back, Have Faith, and also out the back in the early part is Valkyrie's Chant. Jaguar Grey back third from last when they get going, and Tennessee Lane is the first of them to move. Sprung the gates well, but Chatter Sessions going to kick up underneath of it now and go to a slender lead. Exclusive Zulu is third over on the outside, and being closely followed between horses, Shadow Shifter. Down on the inside next of all is Pit to Win. They're going half pace into the head of this wind. A length away came Dance Cocky. Back on the inside to Classy Stratum, Beffinger, Have Faith well back, followed then by Sacred King. Jaguar Grey didn't like its chances back there. It's now actually last over on the outside of Valkyrie's Chant, coming to the 450, about to straighten up now and going through on the inside. Chatter Session quickly given a bit of rain, races a length and a half clear. Chatter Session at the top of the home straight. From on the outside, Dance Cocky, who starts to make up ground in company with at the head of the others, Shadow Shifter at the 200 though, and Chatter Session now with a handy lead. Down the outside, Shadow Shifter. Jaguar Grey's coming from a long way back, but it's Chatter Session. Chatter Session got the blows in the market, but blew them away. Chatter Session beat Jaguar Grey, who stood at a mighty head start, but has cut the margin down to a length and a half at the finish. Behind them, close up, Dance Cocky or Pit to Win, and down the outside was Beffinger, and a good go for Miners. They were followed by Tennessee Lane. Then came Shadow Shifter. Exclusive Zulu was next home. Classy Stratum. Sacred King back there in the field. Likewise, Have Faith second from last, and the tail ender when they'd pulled up is Valkyrie's Chant. Chatter Session, Bradley Parnham scores. Jaguar Grey had to make up an insurmountable amount of ground on it over the final stages. Chatter Session there up contesting for the lead, but it was at a very controlled tempo, I think it needs to be said. And then Jaguar Grey off and around them wide in the big field has attacked the line hard. Dance Cocky could have held on for third placing. In fact, it will, from Pit to Win. 8-7-4-5 are the numbers in 1:12.20. 2 lengths by 3/4 are the margins. The winner, Chatter Session, first up today. She's a filly by Sessions from Miss Margene, raced by Dr. Brent Hunt, A. Hunt, T. Sanders and Neil Gill. Trained for them by Stephen Miller and ridden by Brad Parnham. A nice return. She'd come off a good trial recently as well, and she did open at $1.90 before getting out to $2.50, $2.80 there on tote. She's paid well. Jaguar Grey by My Admiration from ComC. Justine Erkelen's Jade McNaught for J and CJ Webber, and third placing going the way of Dance Cocky is by Galar from Coronica for Nick and Sharon Petrides, also Ronnie White and Steve Litton, along with Mrs. R.J. White, Rochelle White, trained by Trevor Andrews and written by Jared Noski. Now the next here this afternoon, the running of the Heineken 3 maiden over 1,500 metres. Jason Whiting is now the rider for number 12 Aragain. Number 12 Aragain, Jay Whiting replacing Sean McGruddy. Okay, we'll head back down now into the yard. Mark Woolwood is to join us here after the victory of Chatter Session. Trialled well and was able to outsprint them on the home corner in testing conditions this afternoon, Mark.
Yeah, thanks very much, Darren. I'm with the trainer's representative in Chandler de Groot's. SJ, he's in Melbourne, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's over there with Variation. Meant to be racing Saturday, but looks like he won't get a start at this stage. So we'll look for a race on Tuesday for him.
Yeah, he's the third emergency, I think, for the Cantala. Is there a chance he'll come back here for the Railway?
Yeah, I think SJ's pretty keen to get him back over for the Railway, but it's all up to the owners at this stage.
We'll just talk about Chatter Session here. That was a really good win. They didn't go particularly hard and fast, but, you know, had to lead into what is a gale force win down the back. Yeah,
she's been working really well at home, and last prep she showed she's got a tab of ability, so Brad controlled the race well, and yeah, she let down really nicely.
Quick comments on race number 5, Oreo, big chance of going back to back?
Yeah, she pulled up really well from her last start win last Wednesday, and she's done everything right so far. So yeah, we'll see how she goes today.
We'll let you go and strap the horse. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Chandler de Groot there, the winning representative of the SJ Miller Yard, and they've got Oreo in race number 5. I think a really good chance in that race.
Yes, he does look a very, very good chance in that race, but all credit to Chatter Session in the second event here. Had to lead into that headwind, and they didn't go overly quick, but it was still a pretty game effort, and I particularly liked the way she extended late and really put a gap on them. She looks to be a filly with plenty of talent, and she's certainly replicated that strong trial performance recently.
Yeah, the market move was certainly for Jaguar Grey. I think it was based on the climatic conditions. Got a little bit too far back. I think it's a day where you don't necessarily want to lead. You probably want to be midfield with cover, and you want to be a horse with an explosive turn of foot. I think Jaguar Grey, if it had been a little bit further forward in the run, probably would have won the race.
Yes, she was making a full head of steam late in the race, Jaguar Grey, and had to sweep around from the tail of the field there off the back of a slow tempo, so you can definitely forgive Jaguar Grey for that performance and follow her moving forward. Brad, it looked like you were keen to lead the race, not always ideal into a strong headwind such as today, but that filly really put them away late.
Yeah, it was a good win. I was going to be happy to take the sit, but you know, I sort of looked at Lisa's horse and I probably didn't really want to be following that, so I elected to take up the running. I thought once I got there I was able to control the speed, even though doing it a little tougher in the wind. I sort of controlled it to my liking and yeah, let it rip at the top of the straight, and it was too good.
Showed good form last preparation in her debut prep as a 2-year-old, and that recent Lark Hill trial win was outstanding. Have you always had a bit of an opinion of the filly?
Well, I haven't really known much about it until I trialled it the other day, and trialled really good. I couldn't have been happy with the trial, so I was pretty confident coming into today. I just thought if I kept out of trouble, it would be good enough.
1,200 metres first up today on that effort, running into the strong headwinds. They didn't go quick, but do you think she might be able to get further still?
Yeah, possibly. I'll just leave it to SJ with see how the horse pulls up and all that, but at this stage, yeah, possibly could get a bit further, but just don't know exactly how far.
And just a quick word on Pambella in the next. Should improve second up. We just got a little bit tired late first up the other day, but a good run. Yeah,
it was a good run. I've drawn sort of in the middle there somewhere, so probably not going to have as sweet a run as what I had last start, but yeah, if we can sort of just lob into a reasonable spot, I think it'll be hitting the line well.
Congratulations on taking out the second. You're in pretty good form.
Thank you.
Brad Parnham there after the win of Chatter Session in the second event.
Yeah, he's having a really good run since he came back from that very serious injury. Brad Parnham flying here at Ascot Racecourse.